Hey friends, it's Sarah
and William
from Gilkey's Limited Adventures, and we are on a limited adventure. It's just lunch, but this place is so fun. We're gonna bring you guys along. We went to Bobabes in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, and it's a boba shop. Super funky. If you've ever heard anyone use the term "it's a whole vibe," this place was a whole vibe.
very limited menu, and there are some things that they sell out of and they don't replace. Like, they are known for their chicken and waffle balls, and we were unable to get those today.
Oh, I really wanted to try those too.
But they did have some nice Asian cuisine, these little small portion, like stir fry kind of things or whatever.
Yeah, so let's talk about what we ordered. We both got a boba tea and we both got a bowl. I got the Dubai chocolate boba tea with the Kani rice bowl, which was basically egg and seafood, so imitation crab, and some Kewpie mayo. Not mayo. And what did you get?
I got a brisket bowl. It came with smoked brisket and mostly just smoked brisket. I think
like
a little
rice
cheese
with
on it.
Brisket,
Right.
yeah.
It had a nice smoky flavor, a good brisket flavor. It was good. And
Yeah.
the portions aren't overwhelmingly large, and they're not overwhelmingly expensive. So it's a
No.
great little place for a lunch option.
Yeah, it was just a small bowl, small rice bowl, but it was only $6.95. You don't find lunch for $6.95 that's unique like that anymore. And then the boba teas were very large, and they were, I think mine might have been like a specialty, so it might have been a little bit more expensive, but I think they're like $7 or $8 only, right?
Oh, okay. I can't pay attention. I didn't see the menu. I just knew what I wanted. I went with the old school black sugar milk tea with brown sugar boba. I like what I like, kind of.
And mine was a limited release, yeah, because they love to stay contemporary. Like, we did a little bit of research about this place. It's very interesting. They have only been open a year, and they like to stay contemporary. So Dubai chocolate is all the rage right now, and of course, so that's like a new one or a limited one for them.
And relevant.
It was super interesting. It tasted like a really good milk tea, but you could totally taste the pistachio, and then it had those crunchy phyllo dough bits on top, and like a foam, like a chocolate foam on top, which is kind of a strange texture, but it was unique, and I really liked it.
To me, it was super sweet, but you could really get that pistachio note when you, and the really rich chocolate. As far as the brown sugar milk tea, is as good as any I've ever had, and I'd order that again.
Yeah, I really liked yours too. And then like we said, those rice bowls were they were unique. They were not too much for a lunch, and they tasted really good. I liked mine a lot.
And we are staying all night here. I just got back from my week of blind camp, and so we're in the area, and we got a room to stay tonight, so we can kind of have a little staycation. We may just get a set of those chicken and waffle balls tomorrow if they have them in stock.
Yeah, we'll see. We might. But now we just stopped at this park. This is such a beautiful park called Iverson Park, and we're just by a little bridge and a river. But thanks for coming along with us on this limited adventure. At least for lunch, it was super fun. I would totally go back there. The owners are so nice. They wanted to make sure that we liked everything, and
very personable. They're celebrating 1 year this weekend. They sort of invited me back. They're like, it's Saturday. I didn't commit, but it's nice.
And speaking of Lions Camp, the neatest thing was somebody took a video of us, and we were talking to the owners about, we were traveling and we were just up here for Lions Camp.
And I just mentioned, I needed help with my order because I'm blind. I can't see the menu. And she said, oh, I could never tell. She was laughing, I must stick with me. And so some young lady, a student at the university here, heard me say I went to a local camp, and she stopped over by our table and said, well, you happen to be at the Lions Camp? And I said, yes. And she said, well, I was a camper in childhood with the Juvenile Diabetes Week, and she had to stop attending during COVID. That was the last one that they had at open camp, and then she aged out. So now she's thinking she might come back as a counselor.
Yeah, we both encouraged her to come back as a counselor because she seemed really fun, and she goes to school here, and she'll be here anyway. So
yeah, real nice young lady.
It was a fun experience and good food and good people. So thanks for coming along with us on this little mini adventure for lunch at Bobabes in Stevens Point.
All right, check
We'll
them out.
see you later.
Bye.